Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of 12-Inch Figure Fanatic. Remember to subscribe. Today we're opening up Petroleum Man. This is Daniel Day-Lewis's famous character from the film There Will Be Blood. Very powerful film. Very powerful actor. He's one of those most popular method actors who really gets into their roles, and sometimes it seems a little crazy, but he makes it work. Anyways, let's crack this figure open and see what we got. All right, so this is a figure by Black 8 Toys, and I know I have at least one or two figures from them that I've done videos on before. And from what I recall, it was kind of basic, but not too bad. Above Red Man Toys standard. Okay, wow. So I'm very impressed with the head sculpt. The way they did the oil dripping down his face, and the head sculpt itself is very good. There we go. They glossed the eyes appropriately. The mustache looks a little artificial. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it, and it's probably too glossy as well. You could kind of see the mold line in the head sculpt as well, at least on one side. Not too bad on this side, but you could see it on this side. But pretty good. And he's got this chain dangling here. Maybe there's supposed to be a watch there. And then he's got, oh, I see what's happening here. So probably broke off. It's supposed to be connected here. I'll have to fix that now. But nicely weathered, as you can see. And the boots have some good weathering as well. They really did a good job. Now, I will say that it could probably use some more depth on the boot as well for the lacing. I don't mind that they didn't actually do real laces, because they can be kind of annoying to deal with, but they needed probably a little bit more depth on the sculpt of the laces. And the hands have some oil on it as well, although it's not done as nicely as it is on the face. The underside as well. But excellent figure overall. All right, and we see here, wow, this is pretty powerful as well. Usually when you try to do an expression like this with a head sculpt, it messes it up to the point where you can't even recognize the original character. I will say that this one is on its way, because you can't quite tell it's Daniel Day-Lewis. But it's a nice sculpt, and I appreciate that they added this one to it. Once again, there could probably be a little bit more depth to the hair. Pretty nice. All right, and it looks like this is just a towel. Whoop. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's just a piece of material. It's weathered, so I think this is like his towel. And then we have his stool, which is also weathered. And it's made out of wood. Very nicely done. And we have his pipe. Tiny little bag. Is this a dime bag? I don't know. I never did drugs. Man, how do we get in there? I'm going to need some scissors. Be right back. I'm back. Voila. So, just a solid sculpt here. Nothing really much going on. Let's see if it rests in his mouth. So there's no way to put it in his mouth. Obviously not on this one as well. So it would be something that he's holding then, rather than it resting in his mouth. Then we have the figure stand. Pretty standard. It's got Petroleum Man, which I hate, because it should say there will be blood. And it ideally would also have a nameplate there for his character's name. Petroleum Man means nothing to me. That's their title for the figure because they didn't have licensing rights. So I'll probably end up making a sticker and putting it over this. Yeah, but I appreciate they included a stand. And then we have some extra hands, all of them weathered with the oil. Very nice. Anything underneath? Nothing underneath. That's it. Nothing. All right, let's set this figure up and give you my final thoughts. All right, so here he is all set up, and I'm probably just going to display him like this because, like I said, I hate this base. But what I did notice is the stool is probably a little bit too high. When you try to sit him fully on it, it doesn't balance right, and it tries to lift the feet up if you can't get the butt balanced. So I have to have him sit on the edge in order to make it work with the height of the stool. So because it's made of wood, I mean, you could technically go in there and cut it down a little bit, modify the height. I wouldn't mess with that, but it looks nice. I really do like this figure, and it's pretty true to the professional photos that were done for the figure. So I appreciate that that Black 8 did that. And a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this figure an 8.1. Just basically this, and then a little bit the size of the stool. Maybe a little bit with the line in the head sculpt. That's the only reason I'm taking points off. Otherwise, it's a very solid figure. No regrets here. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.